Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi, guys. I hope you can actually see me on YouTube. You should be able to. No, it doesn't look like it's quite doing what it's supposed to be doing yet. There we go, finally. Good God, that took forever. Hi, guys. You're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, which would be understandable. Restream is, I don't think, still isn't showing it correctly, but I am live, so that much is correct. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Right? Yeah. Okay. Hi, guys. Restream is saying that it's streaming, but that it hasn't connected yet, but it shows up on YouTube, so it's working even though they don't think it is. So, let's see. I've accepted a mission. So I'm going to undock. One unclaimed reward. I want to claim the reward. Where do I claim it? Oh, I'm going to claim that right there. I have multiples. Redeem at current station. Yeah. Yes. For some reason they have select all. And the daily login here is 10,000 more skill points. Well, I'll take those. Not that I don't have plenty already from the initial gifty. We've got something else. Oh, unclaimed. Yes, redeem me, please. Delicious. All right. Ritorino. Jelly Beano. I have no idea what that means. Okay, we're off. If memory serves, we had to go through several jumps. It was like 4 jumps or something to get where we're going. Yeah, 8 jumps. Okay, more jumps than I thought. I need to go to, alright, let's see, Emsar. Emsar. Off we go. 8 jumps, so it's going to take a few minutes. Of not incredible excitement. Set labels. Should be able to just autopilot there. I've forgotten about autopilot.
Autopilot engaged.
Let's engage and see if it works. It should work. We have our route. Next up, after Emsar, will be Monarch.
Autopilot jumping.
I had forgotten about it.
Warping to Stargate.
Yep.
Drive active.
Yeah, looks like it's working. That is a follow from Solek. Oh boy, Solek Cacciator. Solek Cacciator. That's the best I can do. I hope that was somewhere in the general vicinity of what we were looking for. How do I turn it off? It's fine. I have a spiel. I have. Here we go. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Good evening, or possibly morning, or even afternoon. does one turn off the
Autopilot
first-person
jumping.
camera? Because Alt 3 wasn't doing it. That's what put me into first-person camera, but... Next up,
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Alrafet? That's a not particularly attractive sounding place. Can't see how to get out of it. Alt 3 puts me into first person camera, but I don't know how to get out of it. It's not a big deal, but I prefer to, like, see my pretty ship.
Approaching Stargate.
It's fine, I guess. Well, while I'm autopiloting... Orbital camera. Tactical camera. Oh, okay. Got it now.
Autopilot jumping.
Now I understand.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Next up, Botane. Yep. Then Dodixie. Where old times are not forgotten.
Approaching Stargate.
Athenard. Eternity. And Harrogate. I don't even remember what we're doing. Picking somebody up, I
Autopilot
think.
jumping.
And then we undoubtedly have to take him back, so that's another 8 jumps. Whatever, back. Not
Warping
the
to
most
Stargate.
gripping
Warp
of
drive
content.
active.
Let's see if I can see what that thing was. That object. Now we're off for Dodixie.
Approaching Stargate.
And away we go.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate.
Next up.
Warp drive active.
Kiss my Athenard. It's the best I can come up with. To admit, I had forgotten about the relatively long periods of watching your ship autopilot. Space is big, really big. Hardly on.
Approaching Stargate.
I used to be mostly a mission runner. So I'd always be taking things that were in system or one system or maybe two systems away. Way back when in the mid-17th century when I
Autopilot
was
jumping.
playing a lot of EVE Online. Almost there.
Warping to
Stopped
Stargate.
at Eternity
Warp
and
drive
then
active.
Harrogate.
Approaching Stargate.
I suppose I can manually speed things up a little by hitting
Autopilot jumping.
the afterburner. One more jump. Harrogate.
Warping to Stargate. Warp
Harrogate.
drive active.
Harrogate. And then we'll see what we've got to do once we're there.
Approaching Stargate.
Start up the afterburner again to speed up the little journey.
Autopilot jumping.
Hardly on again. Something about streaming makes me yawn, but I have no idea what. I have to travel to the moon.
Warping to station. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Excellent. Start the conversation. I need to report to Delphine Zarizier. Alatura said you needed more information about some kind of drone problem. The sisters have referred a few promising capsuleers in the past, so I'm willing to give you a chance, but I can't do anything else until this mess I'm dealing with has been taken care of. If you could retrieve some drones from Harrogate, that would speed things up considerably. You see, every drone in that system has ceased responding to signals. That just doesn't happen with Federation technology unless the drone's been destroyed. Our research and development team needs whatever components still exist in order to analyze the remains, fly out there, and bring back one of the drones, or any parts that might remain. You'll need to be careful. There were no signs of other ships in the system, so I have no idea what could have destroyed our drones. Alright, we need corrupted drone components. We'll get 250,000 ISK. I will accept. I will undock. I will warp to the location. I can close this now.
Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. Push the pedal to the proverbial metal. I got a decent night's sleep. I hadn't been blabbing too much. This is just broken, but they show up as hostile. Max flight range, 37 clicks. Ah, the corrupted drone. That's got the thing we need. Corrupted drone compartment. There we go. So that one's gone hostile. Delete number 1. Actually, well, number 3. And number 1. They never stood a chance against me. I will take the corrupted drone data, compounds thingy, and head back.
Warp drive active.
Easy peasy. 250,000 ISK. Just that easy.
Docking permission requested.
Docking granted.
Docking request accepted.
Alright, well I was attacked by drones, and here's your drones bits that you were looking for. Even though you haven't finished your mission, yes, actually do I have to like move it into the item hanger? I think so. No. Drop-off location. Different location? No. Says it's done. Oh, okay, I just had to click the button.
Together we are the dream of the Federation.
The UI has its issues. Hello there, Ixtharog. I will request the next mission. See what she's got for me. A recently established colony still depends on Federation support for items they can't produce yet. Their last shipment of medical supplies was lost en route, and we think it may be due to a rogue drone action. This is my 4th time playing. I played a long time ago for the first time, And then a long time ago the other 2 times. Got to be 15 years at least my first go through. And it's probably 8 or 10 since the last time I played. So I played for quite a while, but a long time ago. Rewards, another 200k. And I have to... got to get the antibiotics into my cargo bay. Planning to return to the game, are you? Well, good. I mean, my opinion on MMOs is I want them all to succeed so they make more of them. EVE Online has a relatively narrow focus, so it can be tough for them to bring new players in or bring old players back. My suggestion would be right now they've got a couple of things going. There was a link I got from watching a player who was sponsored stream, and that gave me 1,000,000 skill points. And also right now, if you rejoin, there's I think 7 days of Omega free. So if you're planning to return, you probably would want to check out a stream where you can get the link for the additional 1,000,000 skill points, and on the launcher there's a button for grabbing the 7 days of Omega. Did I not press work with the location? I guess I did not.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so I would say, you know, if you've been wanting to go back, now would be the time to do it. And I think the 7 days of Omega is available through the 19th or the 20th, which for me is 2 days or 3 days. The link with the 1,000,000 skill points, I'm not sure about where to point you to exactly, but I would check for anyone who's streaming it who does play a lot. Open the container. It's too far away. Where's the cargo container? That one. Yeah, you're not going to argue about 1,000,000 free skill points. I think they said that's about a week worth of training. And 7 days of Omega as well. The furthest I ever got in the game. Well, I got as far as battleships, and then I started playing around with some of the other things. So I have a stealth ship, but I have no idea what kind. Torpedoes. Stealth torpedo ship of some kind. Don't remember what. I had an electronics ship for scanning and stuff. I think that was a Heron, but I'm not positive. Like I said, it's been a long time. A very long time. We're almost there. And open the container. Drop the antibiotics in. Start conversation. Complete remotely. Bong. And request the next mission. I told you I'd help if you helped me. Well, the Serpentis Corporation has just kidnapped one of Creodron's top minds, Dr. Aspasia Castile. She was analyzing those drone parts that you recovered earlier. The information she has is critical to figuring out what's going wrong with the drones, but the Serpentis aren't going to let her go without a fight. They're planning to take her to their installation at Harerget 1. Harerget, I want to get there first. Destroy their base and the ships guarding it before the transport ship arrives. I will accept. Warp to location.
Warp drive active.
And I'm just going to blow up some Serpentis. I blew up some Garistas earlier. Yeah, that was nice. I haven't blown up any Serpentis since I came back. This is a new account, so I'm running the low-level stuff. I did the Enforcer career path, and now I'm doing the Sisters of Eve stuff. Let's show them that we mean them lots of harm. I think they deserve some missiles. Got everybody? Not yet. No shortage of Serpentis around. Oh my god! They're scratching my shields. I don't think I told them they could scratch my shields. Everybody, that is everybody. That is everybody. Although not quite everybody. There are more. Lots and lots of Serpentis. Wanting to come out and play with me. Very thoughtful. Nice to have a welcoming committee, you know. lot of missiles I had to burn through. Is there anything else lootable? Does not look. Oh, a couple of other lootables. Grab the lootables and head on back. Warp scram. And where's the other one? Should be close. There it is, even within range. Nice. Oh, metal scraps. Seriously, that's it, metal scraps. Alright. Start conversation. Need to finish the assignment. I did. Very efficient magnifying lens. Well, thank you. I aim to please, so please aim. If you're willing to take another job for me, I have more details on the location of Aspasia Castile. I'm glad you contacted me. Magnifying lens, once you destroyed the Serpentis research station, the transport ship headed to another location to make the transfer. Though we were able to intercept, both ships were lost in the course of the ensuing battle. However, we believe a data core containing Dr. Castile's notes may still exist. Your task is to go to Hererget, locate the data core, and bring it back to me. Be warned, all indications are that the ship was contracted by the Guardian Angels as part of their protection agreement with the Serpentis Corporation. I'm sure they'll send a ship to scan the wreckage and see what can be salvaged as well. They'll be looking for some way to recoup part of their loss. Well, I don't think that's going to help them, because I'm going to blow them up.
Warp drive.
Just a little,
active.
you know. In a cordial, collegial fashion, I'm going to blow them up. Why don't they show up in targets? I don't know. Anyway. Should have reloaded my missiles. Sure. Go to fit. And let's reload our missiles. Oh, that might not have been the optimal time. scratching the paint on my shields. We've got another badge. Lovely. Just give me a second here. I'm going to reload. Get me back into the fit. There we are. Okay, the closest. Oh, we have another bad guy. I didn't even realize. Where is he? Why is he not showing up? He's not showing up on here anywhere. Now he's just gone. We have a few looty bits. We'll grab those, and then the mission objective, and we'll bail. That was a lot of ships. And I'm predicting metal scraps. Mm-hmm. I hate it when my predictions come true. I mean, unless I was to predict, say, this one is carrying a very rare item that I will be able to sell for several billion ISK. This prediction coming right would be cool. Very rare. Super rare. BPO, maybe. Or more metal scraps. That was the other possibility. that one's got a bunch of stuff. Another scram. I don't think any of that is incredibly valuable, but, you know, I'm not going to argue about 4 things of some value. One more lootable corpse. And then the mission objective. Wow. I'm actually getting some actual real loot. Value of which? Don't know. It's been too long since I played for me to know the value of anything, really. My brain has lost those memories. Is that a scram too? Yeah, 3 scrams out of this, I think. Alright, now we just need to get to the destroyed ship. Get the mission objective. As it should have Castile's data core on it. And it does. Back.
Warp drive active.
To the agent's home base. I think I can unfit the webifier. And that'll allow me to turn back
Docking
on
permission requested. Docking
capacitor
request
flux
accepted.
coil and drop maybe a small extender or something in there just to give me a bit more shields. Not that I'm currently in incredible need of those kinds of things, but, you know, why carry around something useless when you can turn on something useful? Fit. Turn that back on. Let's see. Small shield booster. We've got a booster, right? Yep. Small shield extender. Let us also, before we forget, re-equip all of our missile launchers. Start the conversation. Another 200,000 creds. ISK. ISKs. Glad to see you've returned in one piece. Now it's time for you to decide if you trust me. I have a final mission to offer you, but it's risky for us both. The reward is not enormous, but, you know, sure. The data core you recovered has proved interesting. Before her kidnapping, Dr. Castile found several oddities in the drone components. Honestly, it's created more questions than answers for Creodron staff. As a sign of good faith, I'm going to share some information with you. Our drones are being corrupted by some other kind of drone. I need you to take some information to a friend of mine in Caldari space. They've also been suffering from drone problems recently, and this data may help him and his people. I need you to keep this quiet. Our friendship isn't exactly something we're broadcasting, not with both of our empires at each other's throats. Well, I am a Caldari myself, so that won't be a problem. If you agree, I'll make sure the information is securely hidden on board your ship. You'll never even know it's there. After all you have to do is go and talk to Imuri Asaka, and he'll take care of the rest. I will accept it.
See something strange? Is a neighbor acting unusually or making inexplicably large purchases? Contact the FIO and help keep our Federation
I need
safe.
to travel to Hatakani 6, Moon 4. Away we go. And hello again to you. Welcome back. Set destination.
Autopilot
The
engaged.
autopilot that I had forgotten about until earlier today. mousing over the controls, sometimes helpful.
Warping to Stargate.
Oh, hey.
Warp
That's
drive
right, there's an
active.
autopilot. I forgot about that. Rude to ask you turn up your mic. You have it cranked up, but I'm still quiet. I can move it closer to my mouth. I believe I have it set all the way up for outgoing on my mic. Yeah, I do. No problem.
Approaching Stargate.
I'm reasonably well. And yourself? Now, it's a Sunday evening, which for a lot of people is a bummer. Sunday evening for me. Your mileage may vary. But I'm retired, so days are numbers for the most part. Finally stopped casually mining and hopping back on agent stuff. That's a good way of making some money and also building up rep. The faction rep with the individual agents, agent rep, and also break up the tedium of mining. I did some mining in the past, and it can get boring. Yeah, it does get boring. It's what it's really good for is if you've got for second monitor content, if you're doing something else, you know, watching a TV show or movie, videos, your favorite streamer.
Approaching Stargate.
Already heady on that one, yeah. Looking to get a second monitor? Ah, yes, that's one of the advantages that I found is I'd never really considered a second monitor until I was thinking about starting streaming, and I picked up a bigger monitor and swapped it, the smaller, older monitor to my left-hand side, which I'm looking at right now, and I couldn't go back.
Autopilot jumping.
Pardon the yawn.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Learn more about the industry career, learn that hauling is a lot more dangerous than you thought. Well, if you're moving anything valuable, yeah. Also, a lot of times they want you to go from one place to another that's either very, very far away, or it's not terribly far away, but it takes you through low security. Now, a lot of times you can work your way around. You can have a high security path, but it may take you a lot more jumps. In other words, hey, it's only 5 jumps. 3 of those are through low security space. Or the other route is 40 jumps. That kind of thing. Players will look to hire other players to haul and then scam them. Yep, that is a pretty common scam. Anything in this game that seems too good to be true almost certainly is. This is a game that that embraces that kind of gameplay. Very, very much dog eat dog.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
You know, it's a player versus player game to a very, very large degree. Yeah, there are a number of different scams that can be done in various ways. Encourage you to make another pilot to focus on combat. Do keep in mind that unless they've changed things, only one of them can be training skills at a time. One of the reasons why a lot of people have historically had multiple accounts, and so they can have, you know, a character, all of their characters training. Can you pay a permanent second skill queue? I don't know. That's an interesting question. It would make sense for them to allow that. Although they would probably just say, yes, there's a way of doing that. It's called having a second account.
Autopilot jumping.
Think you saw something like that in some sort? Yeah, it may exist. And certainly I think if any game should support it, it would be this one.
Moving to Stargate.
The only other game I can remember off the top of my head where you could only have one character was Star Wars Galaxies. That was one character per server. So a lot of people had multiple accounts for Star Wars Galaxies as well. But it didn't have the real-time training like EVE Online. There aren't a lot of games that have done this.
Approaching Stargate.
Didn't have the privilege of playing it. There are private servers out there. A lot of them. Star Wars Galaxies went through sort of 3 phases of stuff. There was the original phase, which is called the pre-CU, which was the original release version, and then they added space combat. But the ground combat had some significant issues, and they tried to fix those with what was called the Combat Update,
Jumping.
the CU. So you had pre-CU, CU, and then after that they had what's called the NGE. CU was controversial. Some people liked it, some people hated it. The NGE at the time was not controversial. Everyone hated it.
Active.
It completely changed the nature of the game. There are servers available for all 3 flavors of Star Wars Galaxies. You love the passive skill training? Moderate selling point for you since you work? Yeah, it's nice to be able to make progress. It can feel bad when there's some piece of content you want to do, you want to move up to the next tier of ship, for instance, and it's going to take, 4 days of training to train half a dozen skills so you can use a battleship at the lowest level kind of thing. Did play the pretty good Star Wars The Old Republic, put a ton of hours into that, even more during COVID. Yeah, well, I was legendary. I think I might have been legendary twice. Legendaries, you've taken every class to the level cap, all 8. And I might have had multiple characters at the level cap for all 8. So I played a lot of that too. I think it used to be my second most streamed game. It might be now down to like 3rd or 4th. Take a quick look.
Autopilot jumping.
It is down to my 5th most played. Or most streamed, I should say, not most played.
Warp drive active.
Are we there yet? Almost there. Love that BioWare, the team at the time, not at the same team now. No, now it's under another development group. Put a lot of focus on solo story, not just PvP. Yeah, I mean, actually, though, the PvP there is maybe the most PvPing I've ever done in an MMO. Hey, Fat Buddy. Good evening.
Approaching Stargate.
But yeah, it was a story-first game, and a lot of people still describe it as a single-player game in a shared world. Because, most of it is done solo. They made some changes like 2 years ago to the game. Team at BioWare is definitely not the same team. Well, the game isn't run by BioWare anymore either. That got moved off to another team, another company. But yes, most of the talent had left, and BioWare is not doing well, as you can tell by the mixed results that Veilguard has received. Yeah, the future of Mass Effect, given how bad the writing was for Veilguard, I'm not particularly hopeful. The gameplay seemed fine, but it discarded most of the things that made the previous Dragon Age games Dragon Age. Written by children who just left therapy or ones who need it desperately.
Approaching station.
Just so much of the base core stuff in it that you would expect in a Dragon Age game just wasn't there. Sort of a description I would say is if you played the Mass Effect games, the first Mass Effect game was an RPG. The second Mass Effect game was an RPG with an awful lot of shooter. They promised the third Mass Effect would split the difference. They lied. They turned it into a shooter with a few RPG bits.
Waypoint reached.
Maybe you're familiar with Stargate? Teal'c would wipe the floor with all the characters in Veilguard. I am vaguely familiar with Stargate. I watched a couple of episodes. Mass Effect, I played the first one to completion multiple times. I played the second one to completion once and started a second run, but I didn't have the enthusiasm for it. The problem with the second one, and I won't go into any spoilers for people who haven't seen it, is the final end conflict. I actually laughed out loud. And then the third one was a shooter with a little bit of RPG dressing on it. And that wasn't interesting to me. I preferred the first one of the trilogy. And Andromeda, I played about 2 hours of. And there were just so many plot holes and bad writing, it was ridiculous. Ishiron, you love ME2 and ME3. Well, if you're one of the I understand the third one had a controversial ending, loved and hated. And if you're more of a shooter fan, then you would prefer 2 and 3 to 1, for sure. Starting conversation. Bong! We've been dealing with the same drone corruption described by Zarizier. We've managed to contain the contaminated ones inside a dead space pocket, but that is only a temporary solution. I need you to scout the situation personally. I've been trying to get updates from my colleague in the field, but apparently she's having trouble getting clearance for outside communication. Fly over there and make sure the drones are still adequately contained. If they aren't, report back to me. Do not enter into any confrontations with the security forces attempting to contain the drones. Am I clear? Sir, yes, sir. I do want to check and see if any of that inventory stuff of mine that I picked up is worth any significant amount. We got a couple of wacky, wackily named warp scramblers. Nothing. Nobody's looked to be. I don't even know what this is. A guidance disruptor. Info. Disrupts the effective range and precision of missiles fired by the target ship. Well, I mean, sure. But it doesn't look like there's much of a trade hub, so I doubt there's many people who's dropped buy orders in here. Sorry if you're distracting too much. You tend to blow up chats. Well, I'd rather have someone blowing up chat than not, actually. Love RPGs and shooters, but for you it always comes down to the universe and the story within it. ME2 and ME3 very much kept the quality of the writing. The ending, the last big face-off. Plug your ears, guys, for a second. The new version of the bad guy's ship made me laugh out loud, and they kind of lost me there, I have to admit. I'm going to undock. We're heading to a dead space. Andromeda lost me. The writing was terrible. I mean, at one point, you fall down or something, and it cracks your face mask, and it's leaking. Because evidently in the future, they don't have plastic. They have glass because it can fracture and break. characters trying to hide it? What happened to your... Oh, yes, that's it. Thank you. Yeah. No, not them. They're bosses. Took me a sec to understand what you were typing. Yeah. Their boss's ship. Did I not? Oh, warp to location.
Warp drive active.
I was confused for a second, but it eventually had made sense to me. Yeah, their boss's ship. Those guys, the version of the human ship they were making, because they take the I'm not sure, was it the biology or the technology and combine it, and spoiler, put your fingers in your ears, look like a giant human being. It just made me laugh out loud. Honestly, laugh out loud. Acceleration gate.
Warp drive active.
I mean, it was meant to be the big, reveal and scary, and it just was comical. Yeah, the dialogue was well written. The writing was fine in the Mass Effect games that I saw. Overall plot, yeah. The second one was far less interesting, I felt, than the first. Basically, at times it felt like we weren't doing a Mass Effect story, we were doing all of our characters' individual stories. I need to approach the hollow asteroid. Where's the hollow asteroid? Hollow asteroid? Hollow asteroid. How come it's not showing up? Caldari, Dead Space, Tactical Outpost, Tactical Outpost, Drone Hive? Is that the hollow asteroid? That doesn't look like a hollow asteroid. That looks like a bunch of ships crazy glued together. Got targets? No. Mining? Nope. Warp 2? Nope. Passive observation. I need to approach near a hollow asteroid. It's the protomolecule. Oh no, not the protomolecule! That's the drone hive. I'm assuming that's it, because that's the only thing? Reapers versus Borg, who wins? Humanity. Every other species in the known galaxy wins. Update: arriving out of warp. Immediately becomes clear whoever is handling security has little idea of how to fight. Let's kill that and stop. How to fight drones. Battleships patrol on the fringe of the swarm, seemingly oblivious to just how vulnerable they are without proper support from smaller vehicles. Okay, I'm going to close and dock. We're just going to head back home. We got close enough.
Warp drive active.
Well, at least according to Star Trek Online, the drone protection systems, their sort of shielding systems, are vulnerable to kinetic damage.
Request accepted.
So I'm not sure how much kinetic damage the Reapers were capable of doing. Bong! More money. 180K. Then it's as I feared. Thank you for the report, magnifying lens. I'll need you again in just a moment. if you're still free to work. I'm not free to work, but I am reasonably priced to work. The situation has gotten complicated. Well, yeah. That current security deployment won't last long against those drones. The local commander, Vitimala, seems happy just to contain the drones, but that only buys the little bastards more time to escape or supplement their numbers. I need to know more about the commander and why he doesn't seem to know what he's doing. I have a friend named Nachi Karuta. Nachos? Now I want nachos. Working for the House of Records, who should have those answers. Fly over to the archives facility where she works and return to me with anything that might offer some explanations. It isn't glamorous work, but it needs to be done if we want to make informed decisions about how to proceed. Plus, you're going to pay me 205,000 credits, so sure. Giant ass lasers, you don't imagine they can be assimilated. My ass will be laminated? I'm sorry, what? No, assimilated. I ass laminated. Why? No, we are the Borg. We will assimilate you. Why do you want to laminate my ass? Let's see. House of Records. Why do I always have to click twice on that? Undock. What kind of kinky shit is this? Well, it's the Borg. And, you know, they've been programmed that the only thing they're interested in the entire universe is Borgasms. Oh, I'm going... Yeah, only 3 jumps away. They called her 7 of 9, but I understand 6 of 9 would be a little more accurate. If you know what I mean. Boop, 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 boop. Only for a few minutes. Well, yeah, at my age, only a few minutes is more than long enough. Yeah, Jerry Ryan. She was married to a U.S. senator or representative. I don't remember which. Who was into spouse swapping, I think it was. Are we not going? I didn't put the data sheets in my hold because I'm a dope. I would have to say, well, I mean, you got to remember, I'm actually old enough to have watched some Star Trek, the original series, when it was broadcast. I have a distinct memory of one specific episode. Turns out it was the last episode. So I don't know how much I watched it when I was a kid, but I was a huge fan of space. Anything space. So I was watching it. But I do remember the last episode. It's the one where Kirk's mind and his former girlfriend's mind get swapped. The scientist was named Janice Lester. That's really all I remember. Should be in the item hangar. No. Ship hangar? No, that's just me. It's not in there. Where is it? I need hidden data sheets in my cargo hold. Why are they not in the item hangar? They're not there. Why are they not there? I need the hidden data sheets. Find in contracts. Hidden data sheets. I have to buy them. That doesn't seem right. It seems most likely that somebody dropped them off here for people whose mission wasn't working correctly, like mine suddenly isn't. Need to finish your current mission. Pickup location. Ah, okay. I have to go to there first. And then bring them back here. Why is the mission saying something different? I did enjoy DS9 though. I have set the destination. There we are. All right.
Warp drive active.
I was confused. Hopefully, I'm not still confused, but we'll find out. Now, they were free to do more interesting stuff, I think, with their storylines for DS9. Some of the Next Gen stuff was great. The first season of Next Gen, not so much, but after that, they got their footing. And it definitely got better. Voyager lost me after one episode that was, again, just laughably awful.
Warp drive active.
Bad writing will lose me every time. DS9 was more focused around conflict, religion, philosophy. Yeah, it was less about space stuff. Because mostly it took place, on the station. Granted, it was a space station, technically space stuff, but not really. Unel and then Chenalant. Chenalant? Now, Babylon 5. The 4th year of Babylon 5 was pretty amazing.
Warp drive active.
They didn't know if they were going to get a 5th year or not, so they tied up all their story stuff in the 4th year. They did get a 5th year. The 5th year wasn't as good as the 3rd or 4th years. Don't bite your head off, but you did not like most of the other sci-fi shows. Star Trek and Stargate. There haven't been a lot of great science fiction shows. And it also kind of depends on how you're going to define science fiction. The BSG remake would generally, most people who watched it to completion would agree. I watched some of the episodes. I liked it, but not enough to keep watching. I don't watch much television anymore. Expanse had potential. I have a couple of friends who were huge fans of it.
Warp drive active.
I watched I think just one episode. It takes a lot for me to get off my fat ass and watch a show. It may sound like a strange thing, but I feel when I watch a show, I'm making a commitment, and most of the time I just prefer to skip the commitment. The last show I watched to completion was relatively short season. That was Fallout.
Docking permission requested. Docking
which I enjoyed.
Accepted.
Oh, I am an actual boomer. People throw around the word boomer. They just mean old, or older than me. Older than whoever is speaking will call someone a boomer. I am an actual boomer. There it is. An actual boomer is somebody born between 1946 and 1964. I am an actual boomer. Oh, yeah, boomer's the call sign, yeah. I think in the original... See, I watched the original. That's how desperate I was for anything that was anywhere in the vicinity of science fiction. I watched the original, and it was terrible. In the original, Boomer was a black pilot. I believe it was Katie Sackhoff played Boomer in the newer series. One episode where they jump on the planet, drop fighters. Yeah, I've actually seen that scene. Missed it by 1 year. Aww. You poor guy. Yeah. Oh, she played Starbuck. Right, that was played by Dirk Benedict in the original. You see? The stuff I remember. Grace Park played Boomer. Oh, okay, I didn't remember that. But then, again, I only watched a few episodes. Eve character is named after a BFG character. Well, for me, Lens
Warp drive active.
is from the first character where I really played with other people in an MMO. I played a good chunk of Anarchy Online, but I mostly played solo. The first game where I really got involved with other players was Star Wars Galaxies, and my character was named Lens Lark, which is a character from a book. Adama and BFG, fucking great father figure. Well, yeah, he's played by Edward James Olmos, who's a terrific actor. Yes, the original was Lauren Green, who was Lauren Green. There's a reason the great science fiction writer Harlan Ellison referred to Battlestar Galactica as Battlestar Ponderosa.
Warp drive active.
Old enough to remember seeing Adama actor in Blade Runner. Yes, he played Gaff, the guy who came to get Harrison Ford's character Deckard when he was eating noodles. Hold that thought. Note what... Sorry, wrong shoulder. Note what is there. That is a poster. I'll show you the poster behind that poster. Ow! Well, I'll show you the poster behind that poster. Because that poster is sitting over here. That poster. Blade Runner. Okay, I'm making a mess over here, but I can clean it up later. Sean Young, very pretty. And yes, he always did have bad skin, I agree. Are we where we need to be? Not yet.
Warp drive active.
Replicants. Oh, that actress. That was Daryl Hannah, who played Pris. You see, I remember the trivial crap. I've always had a great memory for the trivial crap. Important stuff? Not so much.
Docking permission requested.
Oh, you see, I have a good memory for the useless kind of stuff like that.
Docking
Smoking
request
weed too long.
accepted.
I tried some legal cannabinoids. Didn't like the effects. All right. You have my money. Give me my money. Bong, another 182,000. Yeah, not for everyone. Agreed. On the other hand, I am a drinker. Drinking for me, definitely. This says Vitamala got his position thanks to family connections. Bad news for us. The situation we have is a delicate one. We can't go after Vitamala directly. Even though he doesn't really have a clue about what he's doing, he's too well connected to displace without good reason. I'd expect this sort of thing from the Galante, but not in the state. Man achieves rank because of his hard work and dedication, not because his father has friends in the bureaucracy. Someone else can help with this situation. A true warrior and a dutiful servant of the state. The first difficulty is in freeing up his schedule. If you can handle that part, I can deal with the paperwork for his assignment. He's currently on deployment in a nearby system. Here we go, trip again. Busy dealing with a mercenary force we believe to be funded by Garista's pirates. If you can take out all of the Garista's ships, then I can arrange to have him reassigned to the drone problem. A well-made mojito? I've never had a well-made mojito. Mercenary distractions. Come on, give it to me. I always have to click twice to get that to work. For whatever reason. Need to warp to the mission location. I thought it was in the next
Warp
system.
drive active.
Thought he said it was in the next system. I guess I was mistaken. Now, in my youth, it was various beers or single malt scotches. Now I mostly drink a drink of my own invention, although I doubt I'm the only person who has invented it. It's not much to it. Ice, vanilla vodka, splash of cream, and root beer. Can I target 4? Oh, I'm up to being able to target 4. How nice. I'm going to assume we've got another wave incoming. Catch! Anyone else want to play? No? Complete mission dock. That was it. Wow, okay. That was fast.
Warp drive
Have a gamer
active.
drink. Mountain Dew, lime sherbet, and white rum. I love rum. Mixed rum drinks are freaking delicious. They're great. However, for me, they are a memory eraser. If I drink rum in any amount, I won't remember the night before. But there are a lot of great rum drinks. Oh, if that's the point, then I completely
Docking
agree.
permission requested. Docking request accepted.
There is a restaurant called Trader Vic's, sort of a high-end sort of chain restaurant. It used to be actually high-end chain restaurant. Trader Vic is the guy who invented a lot of drinks, like the Mai Tai and the Zombie. If you go to a Trader Vic's, be prepared to pay a lot, especially for the drinks, but they have some amazing drinks that have great names, like the Samoan Fog Cutter, which causes fog, and the Suffering Bastard. They are delicious. I can't imagine how much they must cost. They must be 12 bucks a pop now, because they were expensive the last time I had them. The Suffering Bastard. Google it. You should be able to see the recipe. I know most of their recipes use orgeate, which is an almond syrup. I've received 100 messages. Thank you, guys. I'm pleased to inform you that everything went smoothly with the transfer. One of the first things our new commander did was request frigate and cruiser backup for his fleet. They should be capable of defending themselves if the drones try to fight their way out. Damn Vitamala, he wasn't coordinating with the Navy's Emergency Logistics Division. There's a colony nearby that missed a shipment of farming supplies, thanks to the chaos caused by these drones. If we don't make the delivery ourselves, then we risk the entire agricultural economy. Once you take these goods over to our fleet, they will deal with the rest. We can finally turn our focus towards the underlying cause of these problems. You'll need at least 150 meters cubic of cargo space to make the delivery. Keep that in mind. I have only about 360, so I think we should be fine. I accept. I move the farming supplies. I undock. It's a pretty ship, but I understand it's the worst of the destroyers. Warp to location.
Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. I'll certainly say this, the spaceship porn in this game is pretty great. Acceleration gate. Shoot me!
Active.
Shoot me like a bullet. Certainly. You have questions? I have answers. May not be an answer to the question you're going to ask. Caldari look far better prepared than this round. Anti-support frigates and cruisers flank their larger allies, standing ready and able to deal with any smaller hostiles that come their way. If these drones try to escape, the faster and more agile ones won't slip past the amassed fleet so easily now. In the storage warehouse. Storage warehouse. Let's go there, because that's where we're supposed to go. Uh-oh, he's been typing this question for a long time. It must be a big one. You got the Minmatar probe and modded it to be small cargo runner. It has a bit better defense. Is good or dumb idea? I don't know at all. I've been away too long. I honestly don't know. Sorry. Also, if I played Minmatar at all, it was a limited amount. Most of my time was in Caldari, a little in Galente, and then a little, very little, in either Amar or Minmatar. I just can't remember which. Where are we? Where are the farming supplies? Into the storage warehouse. Start conversation. Bong! That's the easiest 218,050 credits I'll ever make. Underdog Rebel faction is always the best. One of them is lasers, right? Primarily? I think it was whichever one is primarily lasers is the one I did play a little of. Yes, I just received word from the colony. They should be able to stick to their production schedule, which is great news. Thank you, Magnifying Lens. You've done the Caldari people a great service today. If you need any further help with your drone investigation, just say the word. Minmatar is mostly projectiles, so low-tech weapons, it seems. Normally, the local security forces would want to handle this drone threat themselves, but we're willing to contract the job out to a Capsuleer. You'll have to go in alone while our fleet holds the line. I suggest you take some friends to the fight. The drones have been growing in number as more are corrupted and somehow find their way to the swarm. Once you neutralize the threat, you should be able to search the wreckage for something that will help with your investigation. Yeah, well, I'll take my chances. If I die, I'll be done for the evening. Be careful out there, you hear? Warp to location.
Warp drive active.
Well, we're at the acceleration gate, so shoot me. Which sounds a little bit smutty, but I'm okay with that. We're going in. Guns blazing. Theoretically, metaphorically, it's not really guns. Did I not push the button? I did not push the button. There we go.
Warp drive active.
Metaphorically. Missiles, actually. Lots of missiles. I will not shoot the Caldari Navy ships because I'm not that crazy. Boom and zoom, a viable combat tactic in the game? I don't know. I'm not too proud to say I don't know when I don't know. Because I don't know. I need to destroy all enemies in the vicinity. My range is 37 kilometers. So it's going to take us a while to get there. I have my afterburner burning. We have our first hostiles. Everybody's waking up and wants to say hi. Missing one? Yeah, missed one. We have to say hi to him. We don't want him to feel unloved. Although your definition of love may not be the same as mine. Mine obviously involves very large amounts of missiles. I believe that is done then, right? No more hostiles. None of them have any loot on them because they hate me.
Warp drive active.
No, I spent most of my time flying Caldari ships, missile ships, and so zoom was never an option. I did a little bit in some of the faster, lower, the Tier 2, the Tech 2 frigates and whatnot,
Docking
but not a
permission
bunch.
requested.
So mostly it was me standing off at a distance and firing shitloads of
Docking
missiles.
request accepted.
Another 210,000, plus there were bounties on all of those drones. So thank you for taking care of that drone problem. A capsuleer like you may not consider it a big achievement, but trust me, you've done what few others could. You clearly have a great future ahead of you. I hope you continue to use that talent to do good things, either within the state or elsewhere. For sure, you're just considering optimal ways you can enter faction warfare with smaller ships. Yeah, I poked a little bit at faction warfare, but I don't remember basically anything about it. So I can't provide any helpful stuff. I've just been contacted by Sister Alatura. She wants you to get back in touch with her right away. Here, take this transponder beacon with you. When you leave, that way you can, that way I can know you've arrived safely. Okay. Sense of dread. Undock. We've got some jumping ahead of us. What, 6 or 8?
Autopilot engaged.
We are off. Autopiloting engaged.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
So that's going to take about 10 minutes. While I autopilot through some gates, I'm going to AFK a sec and get rid of a little coffee.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Be right there.
Approaching Stargate.
I'm back. Did you miss me? I hope you were fascinated watching the Autopilot. Steer.
Autopilot jumping.
Pardon the on.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Pakshi. Didn't go through Pakshi the last time, did we? Tar, yeah. Monarch, yeah. I don't remember going through Pakshi. Well, I'll run at least one more mission for the Sisters of Eve when we get to our destination.
Approaching Stargate.
And I can manually push the button for Afterburner. Speed up this little bit of it a bit. About 490 or 500 meters per second. Now, what's crazy about that, of course, is we're in
Warp
space.
drive active.
The afterburner should have an additive effect, not a diminishing effect. In other words, if it adds 200 meters per second to our speed, it should do so per second. And that's the way zero space works, man. Zero gravity, not in an atmosphere.
Approaching Stargate.
On the other hand, actual space dynamics would generally make for not very interesting gameplay. There was a board game many, many years ago called
Autopilot jumping.
Battle something Mars. Battle Space Mars, maybe? From Simulations Publications Incorporated, SPI. Old board game company. Made mostly war games.
Warping to Stargate.
Battlefield Mars?
Warp drive active.
Anyway, the tactical, it had a strategic game where you could move fleets of ships around in our solar system, and it had actual mechanics. The planets moved along their orbits, and but combat was basically actual zero-G, where the longer you hold the pedal down to go faster, you'll continue to go faster by that same amount all the time, because there's no air resistance, and velocity changes, if you hold the pedal down, are constant. So you'd go from 30 miles per hour, let's say, and if you're adding 10 miles per hour, you're going to keep adding 10 miles per hour to your speed until you hit relativistic velocities.
Autopilot jumping.
So basically, it was very easy for your ships to go flying past each other, and then it would take forever to slow down and double back, and it was a very interesting game system, but it was not necessarily a whole lot of fun. But it was cool. Full, honest 3D, actual inertial space combat. Because you don't turn the way X-Wings turn.
Approaching Stargate.
Battlefield Mars? I think Battlefield Mars. It might have been Battlefield Mars. God damn it. I'll have to find out.
Autopilot jumping.
Battlefleet Mars. before I got into computer gaming, I was into board gaming. But it wasn't... Well, I was actually still into board gaming even once I got the computer. Bought my first computer in like 79 or 80. An Apple II Plus, and I bought it to play games. Later on, it helped me get my degree as I did programming on it. But I bought it to play games.
Approaching Stargate.
Next up is Arnon, and then the sisters. So yeah, pretty close to 10 minutes.
Autopilot jumping. Warp drive active.
We are 33.21 astronomical units from where we're going. And AU is 93 million miles, give or take. The distance of Earth to the Sun, on average.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Honey, I'm home.
Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Start the conversation. Bong! 300,000 more. We are just filthy rich. The rogue drone you and I both want has been spotted in a dead space pocket near one of our stations, building a swarm of drones. I think it's going to try and destroy that station. There are 15 people on that expedition. Bring them all back home safely. You have a chance here to save some lives and deal with that drone once and for all. Undock. We got more drones to kill, guys. I will reload my missile bays before I forget, because forgetting is what I would normally do. Does it automatically reload? No, they're not loaded. Now they're loaded fully, or will be.
Warp drive active.
Drones. I need 15. Okay, right, I have to get them. They are in the HAB module, which is 79 kilometers away. And we've got our first friend. Oh, we got somebody who's closer. We can start lighting these guys up. Kill that. Just gotta, you know, share my missiles with them. Share my missile love with them. They may not consider it very affectionate, but I only make those I love explode. Oh, they're too far out. That's the problem. We need to target him, I think. Well, all right, now we're going. That one. More pips. So we're going to give it more missiles. Not anymore, it doesn't. There are more of them coming. They just won't stop coming. And yet more. Let's see, we got the hab. Let's loot the personnel. Sounds so impersonal when I say it that way. I mean, I just had to get the people. I don't have to blow up everything, I don't think, but I kind of want to. Is that cruel? I mean, they're worth a little bit of bounty each, you know. 3,000 to 8,000, it looks like. I mean, none of their friends dropped any loot, so, I mean, I guess I have to make up the difference by, you know, blowing them up a little bit. hit ought to do, that's going to be all of them, at least for now. They may send more, but, you know, I think we took care of everything that needed taken care of.
Warp drive active.
So we're heading for home. Victory was ours. We are the champions of the world. And I have 15 FR personnel to give to Sister Alitura.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I blew up a bunch of ships. Well, drones. Another 300k. Bless you for saving those people. I know you didn't do this out of charity, but your help is appreciated anyway. You've been paid, but when you're ready, you'll have another lead on this drone. I'll check now. See if any of this stuff is currently has any demand here in this station. 100, no demand for anything apparently at this station. Sad but true. I need to check and see. We currently have a couple skill books missing. Where was it? There. We have lots of stuff to claim. Credits, a hard shell booster, credits, frigate skill crate, diplomacy. Well, we're going to claim that. We're going to. Is it in the item hanger? Yeah, I'll put it in the item hanger. Acceleration control. No, that's not the stuff I just got. I have to get that. I have to claim it. Select all. Redeem at current station. Open container. Oh, should have opened it. Misclicked. Open. Acceleration. I already had that. Galante frigate. Oh, we'll inject it. Inject it. No, I already got those. Over here. No. Here. Close that? No, that wasn't correct. Go to there. Enforcer. Back to careers. This UI is not my favorite. That off, didn't I? Trying to remember how to get to another screen. That's the one. Right, Enforcer, we finished off all of the Enforcer stuff. Caldari State. We finished off all of the Soldier Fortune stuff. Explorer stuff we finished. Industrialist. Not quite. Galente Mauler. I'm not sure why it wants this to get the Galente. But we will. Boom. And close that. That'll be it for hauler. That'll complete that. manufacturer. Skill plan. Galente hauler, so we're waiting on the same part, same bit for that one. Omega one. Omega is you have to have an Omega account. No, I don't yet. I could start one up in the next 2 days, I think. I'm currently up at 1 hour and 5 minutes. Let's finish that off. We still have 338,000 to go. So that is all of the Caldari stuff except the Omega. Personal plan. Show plan contents. Right, I needed to... I thought I had bought the missile projection. How much cash we currently have? We currently have... $4.3 million. 325K. We'll buy it and check that. Add that to the plan. Caldari Cruiser, 1.3 million. Caldari Cruiser 2 and 3. And that is a grand total of about a day, 2 days. So I could push the button and spend a bunch of skill points, but in this particular case, these will run for the next 2 days. It started, isn't it? Yes, it started. Good, we have skills training, and I don't have to worry about it for 2 days. Let's see, we have the ship tree. We've opened up cruisers. I spent a lot of time flying a Caracal. And then, I can't remember, the Ferox and Drake, I played both of those a good deal as well. But mostly, I think it was the Drake. The Drake used to be busted good for a while. It was just really damn good. I hadn't gotten as far as actually having any goals. I wanted to play through for a few days. I knew I had only a couple of days. Today's going to be the last day, at least for now. I don't plan on like immediately uninstalling. But Guild Wars 2 has a content drop coming on Tuesday, and I need to prep for that tomorrow. So that's going to be my stream for a while. So I hadn't gotten to actually having a plan. So I played, I know, back in the day, I started off with, I spent a lot of time in a Kestrel before getting, my brain is telling me it was a Cormorant, but I don't remember doing a whole lot of work with hybrids. Then I got a Caracal, spent a lot of time on the Caracal, and I spent a huge amount of time on my Raven, as far as I got previously. Although I also got, some sort of side grades, because at that time I was subscribing, so I got some of the Tech 2 frigates I played around with some. I have a covert ops ship somewhere. If I had to guess, probably a Manticore, because I remember having a stealth torpedo boat, but I'm not sure about that. But I also had, I'm pretty sure, a Buzzard and did some poking around with probing. I don't know if I got any other Tech 2 ships other than those. For instance, I don't remember getting a Cerberus. Or the Navy issue, any of the Navy issue ships. And I definitely didn't get like the Golem or a Widow. So I was just playing through to sort of see if I wanted to, if the game was going to grab me again with the current things that are going on in the game, where I can get freebies. Freebies are more likely to bring me back. And so I got 1 million skill points, and I'm available for 7 days of Omega time. And I may be playing more off stream, but on stream it's going to be Guild Wars 2 tomorrow and for a while to come. I think 5 days are the next 5 days after that, Tuesday through Sunday maybe. There are drops for Guild Wars 2, so I'll be streaming to offer drops. That always brings players in. So that's my plan for the next week or so. I'm probably going to continue to play some more EVE offline. So I'm going to be playing EVE offline. It's a brand new game. Off stream, not offline. But I'm also still playing Wayfinder, because I'm having fun with, and another friend of mine just picked it up, and he's having fun with. May do some co-op with that. But for tonight, I am going to call it. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. Crowds have been really good, solid the last couple of days. I'm very thankful. Thank you guys. Tomorrow, Guild Wars 2. I just got 150,000 credits. Don't know why. They're just giving me money. So tomorrow will be Guild Wars 2. I'll probably be doing the weekly before we get the content drop on Tuesday. It is Janthier Wild's first new content drop, so it's the expansion to the expansion, which means maybe we'll finally have something to do on the second island, Janthier Sentry. I hope, because that one was disappointing. But that's my plan for the next week or so. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. As always, I'm very, very appreciative. I will be back at the usual time tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Hopefully you guys will see me soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and as always, I like to set an achievable goal for the people who've been watching. I hope your upcoming week doesn't suck. I'm back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now.